Well, what can you say about Macross II? It sure does exist. And let's leave it at that. This is a review of Bandai's 100th scale VF-2SS Valkyrie II from the series Macross II Lovers Again. And this is actually a design that a lot of people have a bit of a fondness for. For me, my connection with this design is really just with this particular model, because when I was a wee lad puttering around the Bop City comic shop, I saw this model, and it was much different than all the other Macross models, because hey, it looked like it could actually transform, and like it was actually fun to build. Not like those old EMI and RE kits with their paint and glue and all that stuff. And unfortunately, I did not get the kit at the time, and many years later, I would try to find it, only to see that it was really expensive in the aftermarket. Fortunately, the kit was reissued a couple of times, I think once again for the 15th anniversary of Macross. I'm pretty sure once for the 20th anniversary of Macross, and again for the 25th anniversary. Although it seemed like every time it would be reissued, a bunch of people on a certain message board would go out and buy about 5 of them each so they could sell them on eBay. I'm not bitter or anything. And so for the 25th anniversary, I made sure to get a pre-order so I would actually get the kit. And before I just go into the kit itself, I just want to go over the little stickers it comes with, because stickers are fun. And if you want to see pictures of the box and the poster that the kit comes with, just go to the text review. Okay, so for all the fun, you get all the little markings and the thing's designation VF-2SS, which I think is kind of funny if you put the name of the airplane on the airplane itself. And also the ever-present little VF stickers, which never actually show up in anything except the model kits. And you put them next to the feet, because I guess that's where you want to put your little VF thing. And also, it comes with little color stickers, so that you can build Nex's particular Valkyrie. And the reason they chose Nex is because, well, he's a male character, and he's the only named character in Macross to do anything cool with the Valkyrie II. Oh, and while we're here, let's have a quick little lesson in katakana. Ah. I. U. O. E. Ka. 1/100. VF-2SS. Nex Valkyrie II Super Armed Pack by Bandai. Okay, so let's go on to the kit itself. And before anybody asks, you cannot build this kit without the Super Armed Pack. Alright, all these bits are a permanent part of the kit. I mean, you can take off the backpack, but like for the leg pack, that's actually, half the leg right there. Okay, so, but there was actually a B Club conversion kit which allowed you to build this without any of the Super Armed Pack parts. I'm pretty sure we only see the VF-2SS without its Super Armed Pack in just the opening and the eye catches for the show, so I can definitely understand why they wouldn't want to go all out and have removable parts. Okay, so first off, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here, but I can't actually get this kit to sit on its landing gear. It's just that the arms there are just sticking out a little too far to allow it to just sit nicely on its landing gear. And as you can see, the kit is just molded in a couple of different colors. You have this gray plastic, lots of white, this weird sort of bluish gray. I'm not sure what you would call that, and a couple of nice little clear green parts. And yeah, this is a transformable model kit from 1992, so it's a little bit floppy. One nice thing is that it does actually have somewhat integrated landing gear. I mean, the main wheels are actually integrated. You can fold them up. The nose wheel, you have to actually take the nose wheel off and then just put down the little thing that it plugs into. Okay, so this is in fact a transformable kit, but because the two people who actually took to design the VF-2SS couldn't come up with something more toy-friendly for the way the legs transform, this kit unfortunately does have a little bit of parts forming, and what you have to do is you have to just pop the legs off, and they're on this little piece here, and you just kind of pop it out, and hopefully you won't disassemble the kit in doing so. Actually, because the little ball here on every single one of the different leg parts is slightly too big for this hole, so you have to really kind of force it in there and then pop it into the ball joint that's deep in there. Okay, so for Gerwalk mode, what you do is you take this piece and you just stick it in. And just because there's actually a squared off section at the base of the ball joint, this does fix the top of the leg here in place, so you can't really pose it in Gerwalk mode. And obviously you do spread the feet just like most Valkyries. It does have a nice little telescoping joint, so you can kind of get the leg down. And it does have a proper little Gerwalk joint that it just comes out. I don't know if you can see that, but see, it does come out. So that's pretty cool, you know. Certainly is fairly functional, despite the fact that it does do some parts forming. And then all you do with the main body is you just spread the arms out. Hope they don't actually pop off the little poly caps that hold them in place, because yeah, this whole mechanism here, it goes onto a poly cap, and there's actually a lot of unique poly caps in this, so they didn't skimp on it and try to engineer it around existing poly caps. But this hinge here is actually two pieces, and it will fall apart without the poly cap positioned around it. Oh, and you do have to just kind of put this little silly... I never understood, like, why is there this little tiny, like, fin that comes down and it's in fighter mode, and then you just put it up for Gerwalk mode? It's like, what purpose does this fin serve? It's supposed to be a space fighter. Why is it so aerodynamic? Oh, oops, I put that on backwards. It needs to have an arrow that points which way it needs to go. Yeah, so you do it this way, not the other way. Okay, there we go. And you can just kind of stick this thing back in there, straighten it out, and yeah, here you go. Here's the VF-2SS in Gerwalk mode. Hooray! Not the most posable Gerwalk, again, because the upper intakes are kind of fixed in place, so it's really only good for just standing around. But hey, it looks kind of cool with that huge-ass railgun there. So yeah, there's your Gerwalk mode. And I apologize for all the tree work that's going on in the background. Okay, so to prep this thing for Battroid mode, for my own sanity, I'm going to just remove the whole super arm pack part. And you actually, this is, again, much like any kind of VF1, there's a little telescoping hinge system in here, and there's actually little locks that actually do lock it in place for fighter mode. You have to bring out the little landing gear thing and just kind of rotate the head and just kind of work it through there. Okay. So now we're going to just prep the legs. Just kind of stick these all back together. And pop these off. And bring out the final leg piece. And yeah, okay, I had to think for a second how it actually fits on there. Yeah, there's actually some fairly good posability with the ball jointed hips there. Although these do get blocked, you'll see as soon as I put them on the Valkyrie itself. Oh no, I put that on backwards. Damn it. I think I'd figure this out by now. Okay. So what you got to do is just there's the two holes, the two pegs that go into the holes down here, and there's also this little raised peg right in the middle So it's going to peg into the landing gear. Well, actually, you have to carefully retract the canopy, and yeah, this is annoying because you just gotta get the freaking head through, because it doesn't feel like it quite fits through the little hole it's supposed to go through. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Okay. There we go. We've got it through. Okay. So retract the nose cone section. Stick this on. Kind of line up all this stuff and then just plug it all together. And then bring it down, and there's just a couple of pegs right here that plug into the back plate. And just turn the head back around, straighten the head lasers, and there you go. Oh, and make sure that the leg of the kit doesn't come apart on you. Yeah, this is one of those kits that doesn't really require glue, but you would probably want to glue things just so that it does stay together. And let's stick the main pack back on there. And yeah, so you can imagine with the old rail cannon on the back, it's not going to really balance too well. On the box art, I like it because they actually do angle this whole thing forward just a little bit so that it doesn't fall over, but you know, this thing is also capable of just falling off because it won't stay on those pegs. Okay, so there we go. VF-2SS in Battroid mode. And what good is a battery if it doesn't have, or a Battroid if it doesn't have some guns? So it does come with Nex's awesome custom, easily droppable. Okay, I'm actually going to take this off just to show you the main figure itself, because boy is that thing annoying. So it does come with Nex's awesome heavy rail gun, and if you want, you can actually stick this thing on the leg pack here. And it does actually expand like it's supposed to, and it does have a little hand guard and a little gun handle. And you just take it out and stick it in the hand, and there you go. Pretty cool weapon. And it also does come with the normal medium rail gun that everybody else uses it as. This doesn't actually collapse like it's supposed to. You can kind of see that it does have the little trapezoid piece that goes in there when it collapses, but yeah, they didn't do that because you know, it cost too much money or something. And you can also stick that in there. Stick it in the other hand, and you got some dual wielding Battroid action. Now actually this gun is supposed to store inside this armor here. Basically the front part hinges open and you just put it in there, although it doesn't do that on the kit because, well, you know, it's an old kit and doing so probably would have cost too much money. Okay, so now I'm going to actually do the big gimmick with the large rail gun on its back. And there's basically this, yeah, these make things move too, which is true to the show, and I just think this is starting to come apart. Oh boy, this is all coming apart right on camera. What am I to do except stick it back together? It's like, yeah, word to aspiring model makers, glue is your friend. So anyway, so this whole thing just kind of hinges up, and you pull this covering forward. Sort of stick the head lasers back, and you just sort of rest the big rail gun on top of its head. It looks a bit cooler in the animation. Oh, and hope that the whole body doesn't come unpegged. There we go. So yeah, this is the big gimmick for the VF-2SS. Yeah, looks kind of cool. It's a little excessive with this huge-ass cannon, which is actually hollow on the underside. I always thought it was weird. It's like it's hollow. It doesn't need to be like a gun barrel or something. What if the bullets fall out? Anyway. Yeah, well, overall, it's a kit that definitely shows its age. It's not totally bad, not totally great. I mean, a lot of it is just because of the uniqueness of the subject matter, as this is, to this date, the only transformable VF-2SS merchandise. I mean, they did make a little tiny fighter mode trading figure in that new Macross trading figure line, but yeah, only VF-2SS that is not just done in resin or something. Again, it's definitely, if you like this design, if you really don't have any other place to go, if you want to get it in Battroid mode and, you know, not pay for ancient garage kits or, you know, questionable recast of garage kits. So yeah, there's a little bit of disappointment in my voice, as, you know, I did want this thing for so long, finally got it, and, you know, I kind of knew at the time that it was going to be less than stellar. One interesting thing, though, is that this does kind of give you an idea of what a VF-100's VF-2SS would have been like, because back when Bandai was promoting the VF-100 line, and before it totally fell on its face, just see Joss's review of the VF-100 VF-25 for that. They did show that they were going to make a VF-2SS. I mean, they showed they were going to make a lot of different Valkyries. They had a whole poster with pictures of Valkyries on it, not actually, you know, toy prototype pictures, just pictures of the animation models. But yeah, so I could see that being very similar to, you know, an actual toy of it. You know, they wouldn't try to do the leg mechanism. They would just go with swappable leg parts to get the effect. But, you know, as we know, VF-100's totally crapped the bed and was replaced with VF High Metal, which also appears to have gone away. So yeah, still, forever and ever, this will be the only merchandise of the VF-2SS that can transform. Sad, but, well, them's the breaks. So this has been another professional review for CollectionDX by Professional VF.